Hey, what's up, guys? Joker here. Hope you're all doing well and had a fantastic holiday. I had a great one myself. Today's topic for the video is really just going to be me. The channel, what we're going to be doing in 2021. And really just wanted to get back in front of the camera as I've kind of took like the last week off, like intentionally. And before that, I kind of took like a week off, but sort of unintentionally. I just didn't really find any interesting topics or videos to do or news stories. And the last time I was actually even on camera was I was looking on my channel manager is on December 8th for the 1600 XT review. And then I did some follow-up content with that, which was just, benchmark side-by-side Cyberpunk gameplay video. And that's really it. So I haven't been on camera since December 8th. So this is just kind of a way to talk about things, update you guys on what's going on, and also to just kind of get back into the groove of things, talking to you guys through the lens of my camera. And yeah, we'll talk about what's going to be coming up in 2021 and all that. But before we do, there is some business to get out of the way first. But first, today's video is brought to you by MMORC.com, where you could save money on games for all of your favorite platforms, as well as software like Windows 10 Pro, which you can get for just $15, as well as Office 2019 Pro and Office 365. And if you act right now, you can get an additional 27% off with my code JOK27 at checkout, and that'll knock the price down on Windows 10 Pro from $15.29 all the way down to $11.16. And of course, they accept a wide variety of payment from PayPal to credit cards to Bitcoin. So be sure to act now and hit up the links down in the description below. Yeah, sponsor spot. I know everyone loves watching sponsor spots, but hey, we got to pay the bills. We got to pay the bills. And, we got obligations, make obligations to companies, and, we got to follow through with those things. So there it is. But yeah, so back onto, what's going on. Maybe I'll start talking about, I don't really have an outline of exactly what I want to talk about with this video, but why I maybe slowed down uploading. I think it all kind of started with Cyberpunk, honestly. When, Cyberpunk, was really looking forward to that game coming out, and it came out, and it was just such an absolute disappointment in so many ways. I mean, the game was just so broken and buggy. The performance was not incredible, although I was able to run it decently well. I could get it over 60 frames with like DLSS and stuff. And honestly, the performance for me, at least, on a high-end system, on a 3080 with a 9900K, was absolutely fine. Honestly, I could play the game at this, at pretty much maxed out settings minus ray tracing with DLSS, which is something a lot of people can't say that they can do. It's certainly nowhere near as bad as what was going on with the consoles and everything like that. And I do want to talk a little bit about the PS5 as well. I've been really having a great time playing games on that. I really haven't even been gaming on the PC since Cyberpunk came out, just because it was such a letdown. And it was mostly just because of the bugs, and then also how CD Projekt Red sort of handled everything in the aftermath and is still really poorly handling it. I just think that game needs more time. It's definitely something I'm going to play at some point, but at this point, I'm not in a rush to play Cyberpunk. I was excited for it to come out, but I want it to be, the game that was promised to us. And I do, honestly believe that at some point it will get there, but I think we're probably a good maybe 3 to 6 months away from that happening. And, that's fine, I guess. I mean, it's not fine, what they did, but I'm totally fine with waiting, a few more months to get a polished, product. And that's really, what they should have done. Is this game probably needed to be delayed until late 2021 for, various reasons, and, not being able to get everyone in the offices to work on this game because of what's going on in the world right now with COVID and, blah, blah, blah. And even though they had all of this crunch and everything like that, the fact that they were, very dishonest, with their investors and with gamers in general, really just left a bad taste in my mouth about the company. And it was a company that I've always, heralded as being like, this is the good guys. This is like, when you see the shady shit that EA and Activision and, Ubisoft and companies like that do all the time. And then you say, why can't you be more like CD Projekt Red? Well, now CD Projekt Red has shown their true colors, and they are exactly like EA, Activision, Ubisoft, and every other shady gaming publisher out there. They are literally the exact same, as they have lied to people for years about the development of this game, the state where it was at, features that were going to be in it, and blah, blah, blah. It could go on forever talking about it. But really, the disappointment of that game just kind of took the wind out of my sails. It's like, I don't even want to talk about this game. I don't even want to do a video talking about how bad it is, although that's kind of what I'm doing right now. That's not really the intention of this video primarily, but that's sort of where it's going right now, is talking about that game, because that's what kind of stopped me in my tracks. And I was just like, I can't even be bothered to make a rant about this pile of shit game that CD Projekt Red gave us, which will eventually be an amazing game, but it's not right now, and it will be probably at some point. So yeah, Cyberpunk was kind of one of the reasons why I stopped uploading, is I was so disappointed with that game that I couldn't even be bothered to complain about it until now, apparently. But yeah, other than that, it hasn't like thrown my life into a tailspin or anything like that. Like, I'm absolutely fine. I really couldn't even care less. To be perfectly frank, it was so garbage, and they handled it so poorly, and I was just like, you just gotta kind of laugh it off and just be like, whatever, I don't even care anymore. Like, hopefully this game is great at some point and I'll play it, but otherwise, it's just whatever. It's just another game that didn't deliver on its promises, and it happens so often that you kind of can't even be angry about it anymore. At least I feel like I can't. I can't even be angry, what they did with that game. It's just, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. It's kind of like that feeling. You got to give CD Projekt Red that talk. But yeah, that definitely, slowed things down. So pushing ahead though, moving into, 2021, going to get back in the groove, uploading more content, keeping an eye on the news and everything like that. I did see there was a rumor this morning on the 3080 Ti, was posted on the Asus support website very briefly before it was taken down, a 20 gigabyte RTX 3080 Ti, which has been rumored now for weeks and weeks, and we're probably going to be seeing it in January. NVIDIA is doing some kind of a RTX presentation on January 12th, I think it is. Let me see, January 12th at noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific, and I guess that's going to be from CES, or during the virtual CES that's going to be going on for 2021. And yeah, we'll probably get some more details on 3080 Ti. I am excited to get one of those. Maybe it'll actually run Cyberpunk with ray tracing, but I doubt it, as the 3090 can't even really do it that well. So I'm excited for that card, though. I do feel like I need the extra video memory over what I got on the 10 gigabytes on my 3080. That card struggles in some games at 4K, surprisingly. So yeah, the extra VRAM, I am really looking forward to mostly just that. The extra CUDA core performance is really something that doesn't really seem to be necessary, but the extra VRAM definitely is appealing on the 3080 Ti, and hopefully they'll actually have some availability on these cards now that the holiday season is over and people aren't out there spending ridiculous amounts of money and buying up every piece of tech out there. Hopefully the scalping and that whole, business starts to, slow down and all that, hopefully. But yeah, I am excited about the 3080 Ti. Also kind of looking forward to maybe doing an update to my current PC build. I'm running the 9900K in there, which has, been around for a couple of years. I've been using it ever since it came out, and it's a fantastic processor. Honestly, this is one of the reasons I've been hesitant to switch over to a 5950X, which I have sitting right over there on top of the 10900K box. I could easily use either one of those CPUs, but if I switch, I'm switching to the 16-core Ryzen CPU for my main gaming and editing rig, mostly for the PCIe Gen 4, stuff like that, and the really fast SSDs, which I have. I have several ridiculously fast NVMe drives that could go with that Ryzen CPU that are just sitting around in boxes, and I could be using right now, but I'm not, because my 900K system is so stable. Honestly, this is I'm not saying this is like a ringing endorsement for Intel or whatever. I've had other Intel builds that weren't super stable and would have weird problems and issues every now and then. But this 9900K system has honestly been like the most stable PC I've ever owned, built, whatever. It just doesn't have problems. It never crashes, like literally, knock on wood, never crashes. I never turn the thing off. It's always on. It runs cool enough for me. It runs very quiet. Really no issues with it. Sorry about that. Camera battery died in the middle of recording. But yeah, I was talking about the 900K build. It's just been rock solid for me. And I'm also very picky with my Windows setup and having everything sort of just in its place and just the right way and the right theme and colors and all my bookmarks and everything like that in just the right place. And I know it's like it's easy enough to move that stuff over, but I'm very picky about it, and I hate having to redo it. Even though I take screenshots of everything, so I know exactly where I had everything like that, and I prepare before I swap over to a new system. But it's still, every time it comes to actually upgrading my main system, I'm always very hesitant to actually do it. And even though I might have a significantly better piece of tech, like the 5950X just sitting there in a box collecting dust, I'm still hesitant to switch over. So, even like I said, even though I have it sitting there and I could use it, I have a build ready for it to go in. Like I have a build, the case is there, it's got the power supply already in, the motherboard is in, M.2 drive's just sitting in there, the cooler's even mounted, it just basically needs to be stuck onto a processor, and RAM put in and a graphics card, and then that's pretty much it, and then do a clean install of Windows, and it's pretty much a fantastic, amazing gaming and editing rig ready to go. Still, I am just kind of stuck on my 9900K build just because I like it. I just like my setup. I like how everything is in Windows, and it runs really, really stable, and I don't have any issues with performance in games. And rendering out videos is fast enough. It could be faster, but it's not really something that I have an issue with or a complaint about. I can render videos very quickly. Really, the only ones that I would really benefit from that kind of take a long time are when I do like 20-minute long side-by-side comparison videos with like multiple graphics cards. Those can be a real bitch to render out at 4K and 60 FPS. Those can take several hours to do. But other than that, like a standard news video where I'm just talking on camera with showing news and stuff like that, those render out super duper quick. And honestly, it takes more time for YouTube to process them to be ready for you guys to watch in HD than it does for me to render them out. I can pretty much render those out at a 1-to-1 ratio. So if it's a 10-minute video, it takes me about 10 minutes to render it out, which is absolutely fine. I have no issues with that. I really don't need that to be 5 minutes or 6 minutes or 7 minutes. It would really have no effect on my life, honestly, in the long term. So, I could switch over, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of just procrastinating on doing it. But let me know down in the comments if you think it's something I should do. I mean, I'm just kind of rambling on here, which was the point of this video. I just kind of wanted to get on camera, as I said, and I guess that's what we're doing. Last thing I'll talk about before I get out of here is content in 2021. We'll continue doing news videos and product reviews. Also, I might start doing some more cooking videos again. Only did one before, but I realized it was like 2-3 years ago actually already, since I did a cooking video. And really one of the main complications was how to film them and all that stuff. And, I almost feel like I need a second person to help me film those videos. Just because of the way, cooking is, and it's a very, you're moving around constantly and stuff. I almost feel like I need another person there, or I need to invest, several $1,000s in getting more cameras set up in the kitchen. Because right now I just have the one camera that I film everything on. I don't have any other cameras apart from my smartphone, which would probably work for certain things. But really, I would need either more cameras or another person that could help me film. And I don't really know anyone that's good enough with cameras to, make something in the way that I would want it to look. So short of hiring someone, I'm not really sure how I would get over doing that to give them a little bit more of a high production value where people might actually be interested in watching them. So that's going to be a hurdle, but it's something I do want to do. It's like always in the back of my mind, like, I should do another cooking video, do more cooking videos because I really enjoy it. But it's just filming it is really the big complication. Not cooking it, just the filming part of me cooking. Since I have to cook, it's very hard for me to also worry about filming at the same time, and sort of juggling those things back and forth is quite difficult for me. So it's something I'm continuing to think about all the time, and hopefully maybe I'll get some more cooking videos out here in the coming year. Also, might be doing a revamp on the studio space. I just feel like it's kind of gotten stagnant, and the studio needs a cleaning anyway. I mean, I know it looks fine on camera, but there's like boxes and computer parts and stuff just everywhere, half-built PCs, monitors, all scattered around this room, and it just needs to be reorganized. I kind of want to get some new desktops, and maybe repaint the walls and things along those lines. And I do think that'll, I think that'll maybe spark some creative juices, just having a new space to kind of work in, kind of, just to kind of, give it a fresh coat of paint, so to speak, sort of get the creative juices flowing, maybe to get, garner more interest in the channel, to look different, have a different look here and there, and not just me sitting here talking to the camera at the same angle every single video, and just kind of get something fresh out there. So that's something that I've been talking about with my fiance about doing in 2021. She's excited to do it. She wants to help me do it. She's been pushing me to do it for a while now. Like, oh, let's redo your office. Let's clean it up. Let's make it look nice for content, so you can film multiple ways and all this other stuff. And she's 100% right. And it's something that I need to do. I think you guys will appreciate it. I think potential new audience members would appreciate it as well. And I also think it would be good for me. So probably something we're going to be doing next year, as we still are pretty much in lockdown and can't really do much anything else. So may as well fix what we got around here, and we're going to be stuck in this house for quite a few years until we do want to move and buy a house eventually. We currently rent this house, and we want to buy a house, and that's something we're working on doing. And when we do, we're probably going to move down south somewhere where it's much more affordable than New Jersey. So that's something that we want to do. But we're going to be stuck here for at least another good, probably 4 to 5 years, I would say. We're basically waiting for her son to finish high school. And then once that happens and we save money, we'll put a down payment on a house and buy something either here or maybe somewhere down south. We've got family down there, so it's a possibility. But that's really all I've got. I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Cyberpunk and how that just kind of flattened me out at the end of the year, and the utter disappointment of it. Tech I'm looking forward to, the 3080 Ti, possibly doing a new build, updating the office, more cooking videos maybe. I guess this is sort of almost like a New Year's resolution video, sort of, kind of to round out the end of the year. And yeah, like last week, my fiance was off pretty much the entire week apart from Monday. And the same thing's happening this week. She's working today, Monday, which is right now, December 28th, Monday. And then she's off pretty much the entire rest of the week apart from one day. So usually when she's here, I don't really like to work or edit videos or work or anything like that. I usually like to spend time with her when she's here during the week. So I'm not too sure how many more videos, or if I'll do any more videos this week or not, but I'm going to try to. And that's why I wanted to do this video today, is I was really hoping that getting back in front of the camera would, motivate me to do that, because I need to get back into the groove of this, and doing it every single day as a job, it needs to happen. I need to make a living, need to make money, need to run ads, all that bullshit. It all has to happen. Gotta pay for things somehow, right? So yeah, here's to 2021 being a better year than 2020. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way to the end, let me know down in the comments, as I do appreciate it, because obviously if you made it this far to the video, you probably care about me, and I care about you too. So thank you very much. Hope you had a great holiday and a good new year coming up. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time for another video. Ciao.